You have been making 3 mistakes that are keeping you poor, and you might not even know you're doing this. Some of the richest people in the world realized they were making these mistakes early on, and only after they fixed it, they started building wealth. Most of you want to break free from living paycheck to paycheck. But here's the thing, you can't change the outcome if you don't change the input. Your life is the result of your own free choices. This brings us to the first mistake most people make that keeps them poor. It is the most common thing I see today in society. I've been guilty of it. You are guilty of it. Your parents, your family, people do this all the time and try to justify it as, I work too hard, I deserve it. If you haven't guessed it by now, the first mistake is living beyond your means. I'm not talking about getting your $5 coffee every day, which you probably shouldn't, but what I'm referring to is living a lifestyle you can't afford. Statistics show that 66% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. You might think this happens due to a low income, but half of these Americans living paycheck to paycheck earn more than $100,000 a year. Stop trying to impress others. Stop rewarding yourself every time you get money. Quit trying to get a credit card for every store in town. If you can't afford it, simply don't buy it. Who cares if people judge your old paid-off car? Screw them. It drives me crazy when I see my generation complaining about house prices while they're the first ones in line to buy the newest iPhone. That's why I built a 6-figure income while they were out there arguing about their gender. Living beyond your means is a bad habit. But I think the second mistake on this list is much worse and keeps people poor forever. It has been integrated, built into you. A seed has been planted since you step into school for the first time in your life, and now you think that a career is the only way you can earn money in your life. This second mistake is so hard to fix because you have been brainwashed. You have been guided in the wrong path and falling into a deep spiral of debt, where now it seems impossible to get out of there. What am I talking about? The rat race. It's a cycle most of us get stuck in from a young age. Think about it. We're told to go to school, get good grades, and then find a safe job. But here's the catch. Once you start working, you're trading your time for money. You get a paycheck, spend most of it on bills, rent, and stuff you don't even need, and then repeat the same thing every month. It feels like you're running on a treadmill. No matter how much you work, you're always stuck in the same place. Why? Because we're taught that the only way to make money is to work harder at our jobs. We're never taught about investing, starting a business, or creating passive income. That's a rat race. And if you don't step off the treadmill, you'll keep running in circles until you retire. Or worse, until you can't retire at all. But here's the truth. You can't escape the rat race. That's why we created this channel. To motivate you to take control of your time and income. You want to subscribe now before I tell you the third mistake keeping you poor. The mistake that prevents you from ever seeing a difference in your life. This one is hard to tell. I know it's going to hurt some feelings. But if your feelings get hurt so easily, maybe you're not built for escaping the rat race. The third mistake you're making is thinking that you are special, different. You're not. You don't have more time than anybody else. You won't figure it out later. Doesn't matter how much faith you have or how much you believe. Money won't fall into your hands because you pray or because you work so hard. Take action. It breaks my heart to tell you this one because some of my family members think like that, but it is the ultimate truth. Every day you delay taking action, you are losing something you can never get back. Time. Time is the most valuable resource, yet it's the one thing people waste the most. You think, I'll start tomorrow, or I'm too young to worry about that. But while you're waiting, the opportunities are slipping away. Wealthy people understand that time is their biggest ally. The earlier you start, the more your efforts compound, whether it's in money, knowledge, or personal growth. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The question is, how much longer will you keep putting off that life you want? Because one day you'll wake up and realize you have run out of time. Take Max, for example. He started with just $50, but instead of waiting for the right time or the perfect opportunity, he took action and turned $50 into a 6-figure business using a simple 5-step method that you can learn for free by watching this video next.